Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead podcast, episode 32. We return, and so do major Deadlock updates. Blank, it's all changed. Everything looks different. Where are we?
What's happened? I don't know. It's all a bit crazy. I've returned, and it's nighttime, and there's 6 new heroes terrorizing my games. All released a little bit busted, honestly, but overall pretty fun. I think it's brought back a lot of people. We've got 6 new heroes, and that's 10k new players per hero. Well, 60k at the moment. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's sick. It's a really good update. I think it was genuinely one of the more exciting major patches we've had in a long time. Loads of new content. It looks visually so much different now, where you're getting all of the people that have not seen it for a little while and then have come back after maybe only 6 months of updates. But obviously Deadlock just looks like an entirely different game. It's found its own little theme and everything now, so it's very cool. I think that's been fun. I think people have been surprised by obviously how quick Valve have kind of been boom, we've jazzed it up.
Have a look at that. Take a look at this. This is cool now. We have baked-in lighting. I think that did actually bring back a lot of players. Surprisingly, I think it was the graphical update. As much as graphics is the bane of all fun in gameplay, it definitely does help to bring in player base, especially with characters and a map and a world that you can really identify with as a player. I think it's kind of important that they had the aspect thrown in, because there was a lot of lore that was fun, and especially just in terms of the voice lines. If you listen to a lot of the voice lines, the characters had a lot of good interactions with one another. There wasn't quite that. There was a bit of a graphical dacing between the quality of the voice acting and what you were seeing on screen. I think bringing it all together now makes it a much more fun game to invest more and more time into. Especially with no progression system out yet, no skins, cosmetics, anything like that. You still just want to get in there. And I think it has sparked a ridiculous amount of conversation, especially in the fan art scene. It's wild. I've been seeing a lot of pretty fun fan art recently.
I can't wait till I can get my doorman top hat Arcana. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to have Doorfella in his fez. It's going to be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a hard hat. Yeah, that's going to be big.
That could be cool.
What I'm looking forward to, mate. That'll be the day.
There is currently, I think the mod right now is just, I don't want to say topless doorman, because it's not. It's doorman, but only his sleeves. The rest of him is uncovered. That was a pretty spicy mod I've seen. That's probably the most akin to what I would call a bikini mod, but for one of the male characters. Cool though. People love Doorman. Yeah, people love the Doorfella. I'll tell you that right now.
He's good. He's fun. They're all quite fun. It has been good. I think the unsung hero of the visual side, though, that was very cool, that came in kind of out of the blue. Obviously, they've given everything a bit of a jazzy up when it comes to the UI elements now. We've got that sort of beta-tested UI that was there for ages, but you had to activate it. That's cool that they've sort of rolled that out and everyone just has it by default. The little new UI bits when you channel stuff as well. Have you seen those where they're green?
Yeah, I have seen them. I kind of like those because the placeholder ones were just red, right? They looked very alpha-esque. It is cool to see all that in the game. I was watching Shroud playing the other day, which is cool. It might be a Deadlock angle tomorrow, guys, and it was. But he was playing Mirage, and he was using fire scarabs, and it upset me. I love Shroud. Shroud's a cool guy. Right, I love that he's playing Deadlock as well. Brought in a lot of new people, I would say, and it was a lot of good footage and good optics on the game. But when he was playing Mirage, he would fire out one fire scarab, and that was it. He kept saying it was a dog shit ability, and I was like, it's because you've got 3 more scarabs, you're not firing. I was kind of wondering if maybe they need to throw in something on that bar where it's not only you got the charges on the actual ability. I see the charges there on duration bar as well. So it's you've got the 4 pips maybe for the fire scarabs, and it's the time duration's ticking down behind it. Might be a little bit more obvious, because that did infuriate me. I can't tell if that's just me been playing the game for a while, and that felt very obvious to me.
I suppose, yeah, but it is different strokes for different folks, isn't it? I think people learn different bits about the game quicker than others. Deadlock's like not linear in the way that it works. You know, it's sort of like time on different planets. The way that people sort of get into the groove of Deadlock, I think, is very unique person to person. So some people instantly pick up on like the gameplay mechanics, but then will struggle with like the more subtle elements, or vice versa. It's probably just one of those where you've overlooked it. But I think, yeah, the UI stuff in general, a lot of the fonts are like way prettier. That stuff looks more readable. They probably will iterate more on that as well. I saw some people making mock-ups. There was one where it was just like more pips where it expanded out with different circles, a bit more centered and circular, kind of look like Diablo style. But I think different things like that would be cool. It would probably help other people.
You see the Dead by Daylight UI mod that someone made?
The
as well?
page meme, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
I thought it was
That was funny.
fantastic. I was like, that's actually really well done. Yeah, modded's going to go pretty crazy this game. They already are. We're on a lot of topics already, but I think it's a good one to bring up because it is becoming a bit more of a thing. I know, so currently Demov actually has, playing for Buff Enjoyers, currently has a exclusive mod that's only available to him. And he's actually, I think a couple of people asking his stream whether they could use it or not. It's essentially like a full overhaul of the UI, but essentially just giving him enlarged minimap icons for enemy players and friendly players, as well as mid-boss timings, buff timings,
Man's
all
paid
this
for
stuff.
a custom HUD just for himself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Pretty
Fair
crazy, right? I know. I imagine these
That seems,
yeah, it's a bit of an advantage, let's say.
bit of a grey area on that one.
I don't know if that's going to be a case where in the future that type of stuff is going to be banned. But I don't know, because it would require Valve to be like, well, this specific part you can't mess with. And would that in turn like ruin all the new icons that people make for characters? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if you remember rightly, obviously they always said basically if we update our stance on modding, we'll let everyone know. But it was always, I think the only guideline was effectively don't do anything that gives you a competitive advantage. There's a lot of mods that toe the line on that. I think more so it's nice, obviously, looking at a lot of the talented stuff that you see, whether like some of the new skins that are coming out, especially this month, like August, everyone's been going off. Like everyone's been making really, really cool stuff. But yeah, I really don't enjoy the like gameplay affecting ones as much. And that was the problem where I think it went too far with CS. With CSGO, they basically just came in one day and said, right, okay, no more. We're taking away custom HUDs. This is when we were getting close to swapping to Panorama, I think. So that was kind of the reason of like, we're changing UI system. But they never let anyone use custom HUDs again after that in game. Like obviously you can for observing and stuff for tournaments, but
Yeah,
I think that stuff will eventually probably have to go, sadly.
yeah. I wonder if they just make that like an actual thing though in game, because I know a lot of other MOBAs have struggled with this for a while in terms of like timings on buffs, timings on like camps respawning. People in game would literally, I remember back in the day, you type out, like you do the timer and then you plus like 5 or 6 and you would type out the exact time in chat, let everyone know when it come back up again.
So you could refer back, yeah.
But I do think that it's a case that there's a lot of argument these days where it's people think, should this just be available to players? Like, is it really that big of a thing to have to time this yourself or have like an inner working clock for that type of stuff? And I always think it's cool, like where I played the game for such a long time now, and in game I'll be like, mid boss is up soon, and then 3 seconds later it spawns. But again, I'm not using any of those mods, so that feels cool to me. But I imagine to anyone who's using those mods, probably just like, oh, he's just got a mod. That's all.
It's just part of the game. Like,
just part of the game. He just knows. Yeah.
No,
I don't know if they might just make that available for everyone.
I think but that is just the two sides of it, right? Where if everyone has it, that's fine, and then it's calm. But then it's more, I get what you mean, because it's also covering Quake back in the day and stuff like that. You'd see even players that were, 2 steps ahead in terms of excelling, even if they weren't like crazy. It's not like Rafa or someone. You've got someone on the lower scene. They would still be further ahead if they were really slick with timing. I remember like Lethal telling me an anecdote as well, where obviously like a lot of the Halo guys back in like Halo 1, when they were playing at LANs, some of them had stopwatches. You'd obviously like time the spawns for certain things. For
overshield, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then obviously there's more blurring that line with like just game sense timing if you're playing like CS or Deadlock in general, right? But I think that where it is just a rigid rotation, especially if there's variants where it used to be a lot more jarring as well. It would be like, damn, okay, what is the mid boss timer now?
Yeah.
Like, how long has it got to? I don't know. Then I think it would be okay to have that all on screen and just give everyone one playing field. But mods for that stuff, just in general, I don't like. I don't think one kind of gameplay loop with any of that stuff should just be for everyone.
Yeah, because I don't think we're both saying that. I don't think either of us are like saying that's a bad mod or it shouldn't be in the game.
No.
It's just a case of I don't think certain people should have it and then others shouldn't. It's like it is a bit of an advantage because I think that especially with the new rejuve changes as well. Like taking mid boss that's a game ending scenario, right? So if you die before mid boss comes up, and like that's a big throw in your end where your timer's like 80 seconds, team's gonna happily take mid boss 6v5. Like they're not gonna let that chance go. But if you had a timer, it's like 30 seconds till mid boss, you're gonna play a lot more safe, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. I think it technically that would influence everyone to have more information, which would make everyone somewhat better at the game with certain things. It would help, obviously, just teaching new players as well, like the internal timings of like, oh, okay, when do camps spawn the first time, but when do they come back? Because I think that's the more confusing part for some people. It's like they can see it the first time, but then that's only once per game. And then they're like, when does it spawn?
Where is it? Is there like on 8 minutes, and also there's people out there like they go take a camp. It's that camp's done. It's like no, he actually just sniped the tier 3 with cultist, and then he's left. Well, that's still there. He's not done it.
But that drifter's got to go. He's got 2 fights he could get to get his stacks. He's got to sacrifice the tier 3. He's got to go. True. If he hangs around, mate, that's wasted time. A bottom feeder will come along, nibble on the leftover tier 2s. Amo and Krill will be like, right, that's mine.
That's mine. Thank you very much. Yeah. I appreciate that. I'm gone.
You've got to think of the hierarchy. People are on a move. Deadlock's fast. The city's bustling. It's New York.
Oh, God. I do find it funny the moment where I keep going to the tier 3 camps on the side. It's almost like the 2 teams share them now. It's like I'll go across. I'll see let's see it's 3 up. I'll call it sacrifice it. I'll come back to it later. There's 1 left. I'll have that one too. It's just funny to me. It's like they've not finished that camp. It's only one of the tier 3s left. They've left it up for the next tier 3. So we have effectively managed. How much time would that be? It's like 24 minutes. We've managed 24 minutes between the 2 of us taking that 1 camp. It's so funny. It's so funny to me. So yeah, that's good. That's good. That could have been up 3 more times, but alas, no. We're on a strict 240-second timer on that.
It's got to elongate it, keep it staggered. It's communal souls.
It's
for
good.
Everyone.
I do enjoy that. How it's like it's almost like you're working with the enemy team. It's the one moment where you're friends. It's like, please don't finish it. I would like that later. Yeah, it's good. It's good at the moment. I mean, that's on the modding topic because there has been some incredible stuff coming out recently. I mean, I very much enjoyed all the K-pop doorman dancing memes coming out. All that stuff's incredible. I love how much people are enjoying these new characters, and I think there is a big reason for that as well because the personality of these new characters is incredible. It's kind of jaw-dropping almost in comparison to some of our early heroes. Like as much as Warden sees a lot of play in high elo and plenty of games, and he's a very strong character. So it's a little bit boring though as a character overall, and he's not flush with all these voice lines and all these interesting tidbits compared to other heroes, and I think that's why a lot of people don't play him as much. I don't really see him all that much in my normal pub matches because I don't think people are interested in him as much as other heroes.
I know.
Do you actually?
I don't know. I get where you're coming from, but I would disagree. I love Warden. I think he looks fun. I think he's visually quite odd. He's a bit, he's just a big Bobby coming at you, and you're like, bloody hell, not him. Jesus.
Yeah,
Pops his last stand,
I just don't think people resonate with him. That's all.
I'm always seeing him. I'm always seeing him in lane. I used to always be playing him, so I'd never be seeing him. But now I'm just playing Door Fella and Drift Door.
Oh, I see.
Door
fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, honestly, for me personally, it's just a case of stuff like people asking for the voice lines to be reverted on Doorman. That's crazy, and I'm so welcome for it as well from a community like that, where they're asking for a voice line about how Great Alan couldn't save his entire family, and it's Doorman banging on about that for a good 30 seconds on this voice line. Just being incredibly cruel. It's so horrible. But people wanted it back because it was part of who Doorman was as a character is nice to me. I haven't really seen that. And again, the communities, Deadlock community is very nice. They're super kind. They're super generous. Yet they want this horrific voice line to be in the game because it makes sense for Doorman. I love that. I really do love that. And I hope that continues in the future. And I think Valve were almost surprised by that fact too. Because I think it has now been reverted and those voice lines are back in game.
I think it's just in general, it's a grittier take, like overall, which is kind of funny because it feels like Deadlock sort of ebbed and flowed from different ideas. Obviously, this entire time, where it's still quite fluid in like what it wants to be. But this representation, like you said, like getting 6 of them all at once, especially with the different stories and like theming of the characters, it all does come together quite nicely. And I think a lot of that is just way grittier in general. Like, and people like that. They've always enjoyed that. With like Valve games, especially, like, you know, you throw in a bit of the like weird underbelly in the writing, and you learn like some creepy stuff with it. It's been cool for me as well because I think I really liked Underlords and thought Underlords had some sick visual ideas and like that kind of weird gothic feeling to it. And was worried that would just go to waste. But I do see like elements of Underlords that always pops up in Deadlock. That's where Curiosity Shop came from. It was in Underlords first.
Ah, let's come back.
Yeah,
come back for round 2 here in Deadlock. I mean, they're always replacing stuff. I mean, what was it? The Victor gun is that's a remodel almost, or a reused model coming through from TF2. So their stuff's never finished with. Always got a place elsewhere.
The nail gun. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I think that was an idea. I mean, it's just a nail gun as well. Like, I get it was also a beta weapon for the scout, but I think it's just one of those. I saw people saying it's a staple gun as well. They, you know, I kind of get the idea if he's stapling his body parts back on, but it definitely shoots big nails.
Yeah, I mean, you can even see the nails on the front. Like they almost look like teeth as well. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I don't think they look like staples personally. I mean, I've never had like a true like close up with it, but it does look like nails to me, especially when they're getting shot out as well. They go like that's a nail sound. I've thrown a nail. I've thrown a nail before. I know what it sounds like.
Yeah, I think overall the new guns are fun. Drifter claws are kind of wacky, like with how they work and how they look. I think they're kind of fun. You know, he reloads his hands. I would have liked it if he had, do you know Mission Impossible, the fight scene with a big man who's in the toilets?
Henry Cavill.
Tom Cruise, yeah, and he like throws out his hands for a reload and like reloads the biceps, like bap.
That's crazy. You've called Henry Cavill the big animation?
Man. Yeah, you know the one, the big man.
You can't say that. He's a national treasure, that guy. Oh my God.
But with that guy, the bicep reload man. So
he's been reduced.
They should give that to Drifter. I think that would be cool. Dorman's reload is top tier. That's really good. That's a nice one.
Yeah, I think the brainwaves were going hard on that day for Valve when that came through. They must have been like, this is genius. Whoever suggests that's genius. I've heard interesting theories about that where people think that instead of reloading the weapon in the portal space, he's just throwing that gun away and he's getting a new one. So it's an entirely different gun. I quite like that theory. I hope that Valve goes into that. Like I said, that's what it is.
There's people saying similar as well, where it's like it's just another one waiting to go, you know. So it gets reloaded and then drop back through. So yeah, I think it's fun. It's a nice idea. I will say though, I think Paige clears everyone in best animations overall. I think she easily has like the coolest fluidity in terms of like tying in all the little green spell effects from the books, no matter what she's doing. You know.
You think so?
They nailed that there. Oh yeah, dude, the heavy melee, the dash with the butterfly.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, not wrong.
Paige's animation overall, 100%, really, really clean. Like, looked super good.
I think for me it was like I liked all Paige's stuff and I enjoyed it. It was all quite flashy. I think in terms of animation design, I think Victor's was the best, in my personal opinion. Just with like when he charges up his pain barrier, he gets the lightning, on him. He's hanging from the zip line. I love his dash animation as well. But in terms of fluidity, I'd probably give it to Mina. Just with the way, and I think it purely is just off the back of the umbrella, where I don't know how they've done it, but how smooth it is with that umbrella like unfurling and furling back up again, where she's dashing and twizzling through the air. It's crazy. I'm always amazed by how well Valve does this stuff. I'm glad that they're kind of releasing these new heroes in like a completely finished state. So I don't think we're going to get any more placeholder heroes in the future now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say they're like fully finished as well. I think a lot of them will probably still get tweaked, like better as the game goes on. To be honest, like with the way that they look and feel. But for a baseline, they're all really slick. You know, obviously there was a lot of changes already with Drifter. He had his smile reduced and then brought back a little bit in some of his animations. I didn't mind. I didn't
the
mind
smile
the way
was
he
weird.
looked initially. I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun that he's just so not asked.
No,
about
the second
blending in
one.
at all.
Yeah, the second one was weird.
Like the reduced smile.
Yeah, where he like pursed up. I was like, he just seems like unthreatening now. He seems like he's giving me like a white man smile. I didn't like that.
Because even that is, it's more of like the smiling man. Like it's all a bit creepy. Why is he smiling? Like, I feel uneasy. You know, if you saw someone like this on the street smiling at you, you'd feel uncomfortable.
You would.
You'd be like, bloody hell, that's a weird smile. And he's got fangs.
It's
and he's covered in blood.
Yeah, that probably would be the thing that really catches you off guard the most. Yeah, the blood, the ripped up clothing.
He's got a belt on his back, but he's not using it. He's got rope.
The elongated ears as well. That kind of might be a dead giveaway. I think there was a couple of comments which I sort of agree with, where they were saying that one of the few characters where you sort of wanted a little bit of facial animation to him in terms of the smile, because it does look somewhat goofy all the time, but also 100% understand from a development perspective and like on the art team, why would we put so much effort into like creating a whole set of facial animations for one character when everything is done from like a third person view? Like you're not seeing the face of the character all that much unless you're going up against them. But yeah, there has been funny moments. I mean, I was watching Zergy's stream the other day. He was playing Billy. He was clearing a camp, and he turns around. There's just a drifter there, stood in the doorway, just watching him. And then he just runs away. Turkey's like, who the hell was that? What was that? Yeah. It really cracked me up. It's just the drift was creeping on people. It's good.
That's what's fun about him. Weirdly, I kind of wish there was a little bit more of that, because even his animations are fun with it, where it's like his leaping dash when you sort of do jump forward.
Yeah,
it's the hunter from Left 4 Dead, so it's so good. Like it's such a nice. Even his light melee, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be like the Half-Life 1 zombies with their attack animation, where they just kind of
I can see that, where it's like claw to the side. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He looks cool as well so if you're just gliding down a wall, he like digs his
scratches
nose
it.
Sparks fly off. Yeah, that's fun.
Even Billy's bat, like creating sparks on the floor when you're sliding. These are all really cool things, and I genuinely think that they're a good set of 6 heroes where I truly think that Valve understands what they wanted Deadlock to be in that moment when they made those heroes. I think that's why we're getting a lot of finishing touches on the map now as well, because you would not be asked to make all these art changes if this wasn't like the direction you wanted to go down. Like this is where Valve, Yoshi, given the go ahead, been like, yes, all these ideas you've had, we can finalize them. We're happy with how the map is roughly. Let's get some art in there. And again, with those 6 heroes, they all fit in nicely. They open up loads of possibilities where, Billy with his goat hair, like it's a strange ritual he got himself into. You've got his immense cosmic powers with Doorman. You've got the Vampire Nation coming through as well. I think that's cool, and I think that they should definitely lean into that, because we had that originally. I think in Neon Prime there was a whole document, in fact, where they had all these different gangs that existed, which now sort of still exist in Deadlock. But they should lean into that, like having all these different factions. And I think Gangs of New York is definitely a great way to do it.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going already. I think we've got a lot of like you say, a lot of it was reused. Where like the tunnel rats and stuff still exist with Mo and Krill and different like groups, but it was sort of rewritten. But they've probably taken ideas from that to do it, and then you'd have like the different categories, which is fun as well because you got the sort of both dualities of that with Mina and Drifter, where obviously she's sort of high class vampire, and he's just sort of
He's the hobo.
Scruffy.
The Mobo,
Walking
as Lash
around,
calls him,
not-
the murder hobo.
Yeah, not us, just living his movie, living it up. I think they're fun. Billy's a little bit whiny for me. I like him overall, but I don't know.
Whiny?
Yeah, I think he's a bit whiny. I don't like it as much. I get the idea. I think it's funny. It's just I didn't like the execution as much. I wish all it is, you know what? He's such a like punk-looking rocker. I just wish he was like a Cockney. Like at that point, like maybe he's just there. He's come over. He was on the boat to New York. Let him just be, like imagine if he was a raging little Brit gamer giving it. Wouldn't that be more funny every time? Just losing his mind. What are you doing, Hayes? Imagine that.
I think
like, that'd be big.
He does have some awesome voice lines, but yeah, I'd agree. Maybe it would be cool if he was a bit of a Cockney. I kind of like him. I play a lot of him. I enjoy a lot of his voice lines. I think he's I think he's sort of misunderstood. There's a good voice line with him and Dynamo where Dynamo's been really nice to him. And he goes off to like tell him off and he goes, wait, you really mean that? And then Dynamo goes, yeah, let's go help the team. And he's like, oh, okay then. It's like, oh, it's quite cute. It's really, really cute. Yeah. I love all that. I think that's what makes Deadlock so fun to me. It's like all the little interactions. What saves me from the current scenario we're facing at the moment is a lot of these interactions. And then going off to all my socials and seeing all the fantastic artwork and little fanfics that have been thrown out there. I read a lot of them. I do read a lot of them. But yeah, it's nice to see because again, at the moment is absolutely balked out of the mind. I do think it's somewhat to do with decay not existing right now. I feel quite bad for a lot of the returning players who maybe were in Phantom, Archon, Oracle maybe. They've come back, the game's not dropped them down at all, and it becomes very difficult. I mean, my games have been played, and I've definitely had some days where I had to turn Deadlock off. I'm like, I gotta stop. Okay, I'm gonna let these people enjoy the game because I am raging a bit here.
Bloody hell! It's all been pretty calm on the Western Front for me. Like games have been good. It's been chill. I know it's all been all over the place with a lot of where it's putting people at the minute, but it's the classic, man. Like it's just gonna happen. I've just been playing through it. It's been fun. Some games are good, some games aren't as good. I think it plays very nicely though. Like it's in a good spot for the actual game itself. Like everything feels super fun. Deadlock feels responsive. It's very pretty. Like everything they needed to do to just keep you interested, I think, and have everyone be like, whoa, I want to go back and play that now. They've done that where everyone's interested. All the ears have perked up, which is cool. It's fun. Like it looks so good as well. Even just I think from how they've just given you more that you can do. Like the hideout and alone was enough for I think you'll get so many more people that will want to play the game because it's just like unique. It's different. You expand on that. And we play prop hunt in there. Like just it's gonna be big.
I'm hoping they like leave a lot of the stuff behind that was added there. I mean, like the voting ballot box. I hope that stays. Maybe some of the voting stickers get painted over, but still like exist there a little bit. The table doesn't go, and when they do more events and stuff like that, that slowly builds up inside of the hideout. That'd be cool. I'd enjoy that. Like as the world develops, like you were there for it, or maybe it just stays if you were there at the time, and you just get additional things added to the hideout as you take part in more stuff. I mean, I'd quite like the idea of that.
Are you like? Is your mic touching something? It sounds like you've become like a bit of a robot.
Oh,
I couldn't tell if what was going on at first. Yeah,
is it fixed now?
No, it's like Mad Megatron, like full on Optimus Prime. Yeah, it's really good. It's a great update. Everything's super fun.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Small cut-ins is fantastic. No. How will they know?
We've reclaimed
How will they know? we can recreate Cybertron in our name. Is that what it's called, Cybertron? That's like their hometown,
That's the
home
home
world.
planet.
Yeah.
From
Yeah. Nailed that one.
I think Grimlock blows it up at some point by accident.
Well, spoilers. That's crazy. Can't do that. You know how I know that? I watched Transformers 1, or whatever it's called. I think it's that. It's like the animated one. I watched all of that. He must have been 40 years old. Right. He was watching on the plane, and I was behind him. I had like view between the seats. I watched the whole film. He had subtitles on as well. He was really caring for me.
Nice. Okay.
I watched the whole film like on his thing, and I did feel bad because I was like, no, I would not have watched that unless he had the balls. Just be like, I'm gonna watch Transformers animation. I'm 40. I don't care. This looks good. And then he turned it off halfway through, and I got so frustrated. It wasn't halfway through. It was like 3/4 of the way through. It's getting to a good bit. And I had to bring it up on my own monitor. I was like, I
need to find it. Yeah.
I have to finish this now. I can't. Maybe he does it on purpose.
You had the choice the whole time to watch it on your own monitor, though. So
I did, yeah, but it was
always
like,
fine.
I think it felt like we were sharing something together on the plane.
But he didn't know. But yeah,
no.
My heart. You're playing Drifter IRL.
No, I was. You turned around. I was smiling at him.
Just stalker's mark.
Big
watching
beaming smile.
Watching your Transformers gameplay. Yes.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Oh man, I mean, speaking of cinematics, I don't know if we talked about it last time, but seeing like some of the test cinematics they're doing. I think they did one with McGuinness, if I'm not mistaken. Which was pretty cool. I enjoyed that, and I really hope. I was not there for the TF2 days. Okay, I'll be honest, but I'm very aware of the meet the sniper, meet the scout type of thing. And I hope that after doing some digging, doing some research, I hope they do some more stuff like that. That's all super cool. But it might be a little bit more difficult, especially with the amount of heroes they have. Maybe they do it for new releases.
Potentially, yeah, or like an event or something would seem more likely. Who knows? But I think anything like that would look cool. The game's got a lot of personality, especially as it gets more fleshed out.
Huge.
Like any of that stuff's fun. I think it's just that's more like probably even more of a Valve time thing than like video game design though, because it's probably just mad hard to nail it down, ideate it, get the storyboard, like figure it all out.
Yeah.
And then even just like the rendering time of how they're going to do it, I guess it probably will be like Source 2 filmmaker. That's like, I would imagine, unless they make like, it's all just brand new cinematics or something. But could be cool.
Just think with the amount of story they already have, like just in the backstories to the character, for the character interactions, just the Cursed Apple in general, all the new newspaper articles that you can find as well. There's really cool stuff. There's really, really cool stuff. And it is wild. Again, I think I've spoken about this multiple times. People are probably sick of me saying it, but I haven't had this feeling about a game since Overwatch. And I think when Overwatch initially came out, that it was the golden era for that game. It had a whole world, cinematics, everything. And it really felt like you could get really stuck into the game and be part of like the community, part of the scene, more so than just I play the game. This feels like a whole new level of that in Deadlock, especially just the amount of heroes you have. It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like you've been over there at the Blizzard bar. You've looked out the window. You've seen the Valve Club. You're like, oh mate,
it looks amazing.
Yeah, I want to go over there.
They got flashing lights. Yeah.
Oh, come in, mate. We've just finished a nice round of Counter-Strike. We're going to have a sip of Deadlock. Would you like some?
Yes. I don't know. It's so cool. It's so cool. And I can't wait for them to do more of it. I think that it's weird how much 6 new heroes can change the game. I really do feel like they know what avenue they want to go down now as well. So a lot of like those voice lines, a lot of those designs for the heroes are just so fleshed out of they're set on a path now. It's no longer like in progress. The scaffolding's been brought down. They know what they're doing with it. So it's nice. It's very, very cool. They're still adding little changes here and there. I mean, the new subway as well. I thought that wouldn't get touched for a long time. But I think it's on Fairfax's side, I believe. That's all different now, which is cool.
Yeah, it's all getting jazzed up a bit, like the underneath the theater and stuff. Like it's changed layout, colors a little bit. Like it does look cooler. A lot of that was sick. Like even that alone was enough of a huge overhaul that I think if they even just released that as like map update,
Yeah, people would be like,
any of the
whoa.
extra stuff. I know, like that would have been crazy enough alone. It's mad that because there was just so much where it was like, boom, we've overhauled Green, we've overhauled York.
Here's a
Everything looks
hideout.
different. Massive new skybox. We we built interiors everywhere. Places you might not even see that often now look crazy. Like the bank, that's a wild one. Behind that walker on York side, like that is absolutely ridiculous. It looks sick. It's such a like out the way area as well. You're never there. You're never fighting there. But now if you do run through, it looks dope. Like they've just done a really cool job of like blending what used to be a rooftop into ballroom, or over on York, like the way it's more port themed and you have like the huge double doors up there. It all just works a lot better. I think they've just somehow scoped out like, okay, we'll keep the gameplay loop. In fact, they've improved the gameplay loop in a lot of areas as well, where like the new lanes do feel better to play. I like a lot of the walker areas, especially like the industry side, when you get deep towards York, pushing up towards like the Amber Hand side. Everything there just feels way more movement oriented. Like you've got openings, you've got windows, you've got little smudges of paint where you can line up the jump to get from the jungle camp to the top floor. Like they've looked at it all and reiterated visually, but then also tightened up all the gameplay. That's sick. Like even that was enough of just like map overhaul, boom, gameplay feels better, it looks better, take that. But then they just gave us so much more.
And so much more it was as well. I mean, the hideout was so nice. I mean, there's a very specific way they designed the hideout as well, and I think they did it on purpose. Where, especially in the room you spawn into, there's for me, it's like a sneaking suspicion. They had a lot of areas where you could edge boost off. There's a lot of areas where you can just wall bounce around the room. I find myself a lot of times whilst I'm waiting for a match, just literally wall bouncing around the place, seeing for how long I can stay up in the air. But it still feels so intentional. It's like this is a play space. Like this is not just like a waiting room. This is where you can chill out. You go
in the game,
hit the ball into the teleport. I thought it was a really cool touch where you get the ball into the teleporter 3 times. You get the bunny rabbit, and it didn't really click until later, where I was like, oh, it's a hat trick. It's a hat trick of you get 3 goals, and that's why you get the bunny out the hat. So that was all super fun to me, like seeing that stuff in action. Even been like this was the crazy thing, man. Like people finding more and more stuff to do with Ava, like Vindicta, Snipe, the laser pointer on that, the cat chases the laser pointer. They think about such tiny details and add that to the game. I just can't see why it's not going to be a success. And again, coming back to watching Shroud play the game earlier, I think it was with Vegas. I think Vegas did a very good job on like just getting him situated and kind of not trying to give him too many pointers and just letting him feel out the game for himself. Because I think you have to. That's what you have to do with Deadlock. You just have to feel it out for yourself. I think he would say that same as, I think his exact quote was like something like same as last time. It's really good. And I think it's only going to get better. And I think everyone has the same worries that the development cycle is going to be the thing that hurts it. But even then, he was saying that I don't think it will matter with how good the game's going to be. And that's kind of the vibe I'm on right now, where it's looking like it's in beta, but it's alpha. It's weird. Yeah,
I mean, that's always just been the case. Like, if Valve are passionate about something, you give them enough time, they'll make something sick. Like, they've done it the right way with Deadlock, where I think that's all they've got to do. Like, the game will keep getting updated. It's going to get better and better.
Yeah,
everything's so cool. Like, they've nailed it. It's super fun to play. I think even going back to the hideout with that, it's like the smaller bits are just enough of a fun thing where it will keep you interested, even from like the little disconnected pictures. I particularly enjoy the cat with the eye patch. He's by the bookshelf upstairs, top left. He's my favorite. I think he's very good. I like the Mo and Krill like tapestry as well, where it shows you like the evolution of the mole, where it's like almost cursed
Yeah.
and it's kind of bloated out. That's fun.
Yeah,
There's
I
loads of
thought
cool
that was a
bits.
crow, by the way. That's why I originally thought that was. It looked like a
No, it's
crow.
Mo. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Mr. Mo, but
It's Maurice,
when I
or
first
at least
saw it.
maybe some kind of mole. Maybe this was a common thing. You know, maybe this was happening. People were making these
maybe. That's what, when I first saw it, I was like, that feels like a big, muscular crow. But could be wrong. There's
Have you
also
seen the signs of the pigeons, by the way? If you no clip out through the window towards the front of the hideout, you've seen how big they are.
They're gigantic.
Huge.
They're gigantic.
They're dogs. They're literally like dog size. They come up to everyone's like legs.
Yeah, they're half the size of Victor, which is pretty nuts. Because he's a big, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's a big man, as you would say.
But they're really cool. I like the way they're animated. I like the way they look. If they were scaled down, you know, placed around, that'd be different.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, right now, if you didn't know, I'm sure a lot of people do know already. If you listen to the podcast, so if you no clip out, you can find Dorman's ult, his alternate dimension. You know, so his domain expansion, if you will. But if you go to the window inside the hideout, just in front of the fortune teller, you can see like the animation effects, like on the buildings below. It's like all the blue light rushing past. Yeah, I think they're probably going to move that in future, I imagine, because now it does take away slightly.
It clips into it a little bit on the inside. Like the kind of tube that it's contained in goes through the sort of like play area where the ball is and the key. Yeah. So I think they'll probably just move it. It probably just makes more space on the map. So
I wish you could no clip down to see the cars as well, because I don't know if you can see it all that much, but if you no clip down, you can see all the cars underneath and all the lights from the cars like driving through. But you can't go down to their level. I imagine they are just lighting effects down there. There's no actual vehicle. You can't even get close to it because it just sends you straight back to the hideout if you get too far down. But it's
probably just like projected into the skybox or something as well with a lot of them, because it's like the new Statue of Liberty Islands, like stuff like that.
I tried so hard to get them.
Yeah, it is cool though. Like again, even that was enough of a jump. Where do you remember the day where obviously we logged in? It was like, whoa, it's a massive bridge now. Look at the bridge. Yeah. This felt like another one of those, but you couldn't even appreciate the individual bits, because there was so much where you're just like, oh my god, okay, look at this boat. Now look at this skyline. Big boat now. Whoa, the whole lane's changed. Whoa, look at mid-boss. Whoa, what's all this? You know, it just kept going where there was physically so much. But everything looks so pretty. The Lolo Noir's sick. Like the interiors, if we go off of even some of the bits they've given us already with this update, the way the interiors are going to look for all the warehouse, like jungle camps or some of those tier 2s, like that's mad. That's going to look absolutely insane. I also really liked how the bodega looks now. I think they nailed it with the bodega, which is fun because that was one of the really cool visual bits of like Neon Prime sort of leftover stuff. When you go back and look at that, I like the way their bodega looked. It was good. But now our bodega looks sick too.
Yeah, they've added some nice stuff now, and it all ties in, comes together. You're right. There was a lot of stuff where it's like, wow, that looks still pretty good, and this is leftover stuff coming out from Neon Prime. But yeah, a lot of it's just been replaced now. I think mostly, I don't really think there's much left over that he's looking at too much now. So even rejigged the basements as well. I like the little trapdoor that leads into them. It's all tied in very, very well. But yeah, I think that it brought back loads and loads of players. And I'm glad so many players are enjoying the game. It's really cool to see. It just exploded, and I kind of thought that the player base would drop off a little bit, right? But it never did. I didn't expect it to. Because I think we hit like 30k, and I was like, oh, 30k is great. You know, that's cool. I think this is probably going to mellow out now. Now the doorman's out, because there was so many people that wanted doorman. I think it was like a 0.35% swing of page or doorman. But it was I thought once Dorman's out, that's it. 31k, that's going to be our concurrent. The fact that it's kept climbing is a little bit surprising to me overall, and people are just still enjoying the game.
Well, I think it's just because for a lot of people, it looks pretty now. Like there was people that probably haven't looked at it in a while, and it's like, whoa, this game looks sick. All these new characters are fun, and because Valve did it smart and like it was super cool, unique way of giving us all this new content with the event and like getting people to play and vote, so incentivizing like returning players, people to be involved. And also, they kind of owned it because obviously they show you off the Christmas mantelpiece snow globe and kind of remind you like, oh, we did events before. We're going to do more. The pumpkins are here. Look at all this stuff we've already done. There's probably going to be
Halloween's
more
coming
of
up.
those.
Yeah,
So it
Halloween's
makes
coming
people
up.
want to play and want to get involved just in case because they don't want to miss out. But it's not in like a weird like gacha game way, where it's like, oh, you haven't logged into Deadlock today. But it's like, I want to get my votes in. I want to choose who comes next. I want to get these new heroes,
Yeah, it's so cool. I think they should do more stuff like that where, as a player, you're a part of the living world, or, there could be upcoming events where you have a say on what happens, and maybe that changes a part of the map or something's thrown in, or maybe like the newspaper headlines are different because something happened because of the players and their decisions in game. We've talked about it in great detail before about the comic books, but even if it was a case of in the same way voting happens, your decision within the comic books almost acts like a vote where whatever the outcome of that comic book is, whichever gets the most amount of outcomes, that's what happens in the game. That becomes canon. So it's a real decision driven by players, which should be super cool. I'd enjoy the hell out of that.
Excuse me, Mum. They're called visual novels, not comic books. Okay, you
I am.
understand.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I've made a grave error there.
How dare you? This is my hobby, Mum.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, son. I'm so sorry. I'll leave your room. I'll leave your room now. So make sure to clear those magazines up once you're done.
They're not comic books.
They're visual novels.
I think there's loads of stuff they can do with that. That'll be sick, man. Even thinking that's another one. I think that they could steal from Underlords if they wanted to take anything back. If you won or lost a game of Underlords, it would basically give you like a newspaper readout of the events of what's happened, and then it'd have a segment at the bottom where it'd just say the funnies, and it was like a little 3-panel sketch of just this little crow. I think his name was Zeke, maybe. And Z could be up to like all sorts of shenanigans, They should bring that back.
They should.
Little newspaper readouts at the end of the game.
With kind of spirit crow. Yeah, some kind of spirit crow.
Give him another chance. He was cool. Like, let's get that guy back from
Give him another chance.
Steal him from Dota. Yeah. Was his name Zeke the Crow? Hang on.
Check him out. There's...
I've Googled it.
Get him up. Get Zeke the Crow.
I'm going to Google
maybe time in the funnies. The funnies. Crow Underlord.
I found a picture of him. Hang on.
Okay.
What's his name?
Crow Underlord. The Underlord Crow.
Where is he? I found like a whole... Oh, here you go. Ricky Ravenhook. Sorry, his name's Ricky.
Ricky. Yeah.
Ricky is the mascot for the Early Bird newspaper and perhaps for Ravenhood as a whole. He's also the mascot for various other merchandise.
Oh, he's cute.
Such as balloons.
I love him.
Yeah,
he would fit in perfectly. I love his little arms.
Bring back Ricky. Let's give Ricky Ravenhook another go.
He's great. Bring him in. He'd fit in immediately.
But I'd love that. I also still strongly believe my idea of like how Titanfall did it, where you have the live intros to the game where you're like playing, but it's not really started yet, kind of tricked you, not really. But also when you end games, like in Titanfall, where it would basically be you've won the game, but then you need to wipe everyone before they evacuate, going back to the lobby, and it's like just bonus XP. What if that was in Deadlock, where when you win the game, you physically get like your patron's wish or whatever? It's a rush. Everyone, I think I spoke about this before, but like everyone runs to the patron. You got to get your wish in ASAP, do the like quick time event, vote, boom, there you go. Cutscene plays. Bang. You get to see that wish. Like you get it.
That'd be cool. That could tie into the voting system. 100%. I was worried you were gonna say you have to wipe the enemy team and their base becomes defunct, and I was like, oh no, that's worse than what happens in my games where I'm having people use their 3 pauses just before that they kill the patron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Dude, okay.
That should be an insta ban. That should be an insta ban.
Bro, but you don't even know what's happened. Have you seen the discourse that's been going on? Right. Have I ever spoke to you about, do you know about, right, in Dota, basically, there used to be a thing called Tiny Airways. Do you know who Tiny is? Big craggy fella. Starts off real small. Made a rock.
Yeah.
So he is bouldering around, right? And basically imagine if he was in your game and he said mid or Tiny Airways. If you didn't let him play mid, he's going to be picking you up and flinging you the whole game. This is happening with IVs. IV Airlines. It's happening. They're coming in, they're swooping you up and dropping you in the enemies. And they're like over voice comms going, this is IV Airlines picking you up 7. I've seen it in 4 games. It's happening. It's starting to spread, dude. IV Airways, that's a thing now.
Do people not know you can just press space to cancel it?
Catches you off guard though, doesn't it? Imagine someone comes swooping in out of nowhere. You've been grabbed. Whoa.
It's over. IV Airlines is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I might start doing that as an Ivy main.
That's going to be you. That'll be you in Ivy games Airlines, flying around. Yeah. This is your captain speaking. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Can you please stop that? Bing bong, sir, please.
Yeah, I'm not happy how this game's gone, so I'll be depositing you at the nearest patron base, unfortunately for you, sir. Yeah, maybe I'll go for that. Maybe I'll go for that one.
That's a new troll I've heard of, but that, amusing at least, has basis lore to it.
Speaking of Ivy, the new model. Yeah, well, not really new model, but new face. A lot of contention about that.
It's all a bit high quality.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The cell shading's there as well. Personally, I liked it. I thought it was good. I think there are a lot of Ivy mains I saw who really love it. There's some people still hanging on to the past version of it. I can see both sides to it. I think right now I like her. I do like how she looks. I think it's a good blend of the uggo and the cute. Okay, right? Because before the stuff that we got a sneak preview of was too cute. It was too cute. I prefer to when she was a bit of an ugly gargoyle. I think they did well with it because even making like her ears all ragged and stuff like that. That was cool. I like that.
Yeah. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the cute one either. I thought that looked good. I thought it was a good model. But yeah, I think this one, it's just more the eyes changed and the face changed a little bit. And it still looks good. Like, it's a lot higher quality. They'll probably add like a Deadlock Pikachu eventually. You'll get like a cute mascot later on down the line.
I think Ivy will always be it though. I think she'll always be it. She is the Deadlock Pikachu. She's the Deadlock Pikachu, man.
Yeah, but there'll be more. That's what I mean, though. Like, another one will appear. 2 years from now, you're going to get like 9. There you go. You'll get 9, but in 9. Roman numerals. And that'd be cool. That'll be like a counterpart to Ivy. But he's a boy and he's really cute.
Yeah, I wonder what that is, because obviously Ivy is
4.
4, right? And you've got
5,
Roman numerals. Very
nailed that. There you go.
Very simple. That's the one guy. That's the guy that can only draw straight lines. But then you've also got 7 as well. Is this like people have been arrested, or is it creations, or what? I don't know. Are they going to have more naming themes like that?
What have you not seen his updated lore since the update?
No.
Oh, okay. So 7 was part of so his gang. That's why when you were mentioning gangs, I thought you had seen it. But basically, 7's gang is now listed on there. So he was a cannibal, basically, and there was 3 of them. But 7, 8, 9. So now there's only 2 of them left.
Very cool. Very cool. You've got me. So I was technically correct. I didn't think the backstory had changed, but you've got me. You've had me for a fool, though.
You've been done there, mate.
Yeah, you fooled me. Thanks for that.
Tricked you on that one, didn't I?
That's just mean. It's just horrible.
All the fast one on you. No, but again, dude, all the new models look sick. I think they all look really cool. Wraith looks so sleek now.
Oh,
very, very nice.
I think Wraith's got the best new one out of all the old characters. She like I don't think a lot of people appreciate it, but I think it looks really nice. I saw someone do like a frizzy hair design as well. I quite like that one too. I wouldn't be opposed to Valve kind of stealing that.
Yeah, I think it looks really good. I think Race looks awesome, like very cool. It's the same idea, but just way higher quality overall. Just everything feels tightened up. Vindictors looks sick as well. I think they nailed it with that, making her a bit more sort of, fit the theme. It's funny when you go back, especially looking at like original Vindictor in game with the old lighting compared to now, just clears it so much more personality, looks awesome. Timeless as well, where obviously like the new heroes, I think they're going to last for a long time. It's got that weird Source 2 feel where it's like, oh, this looks sick and high quality, but will still look sick and high quality in like 20 years.
Yeah, it's the design choice they use for all the heroes, amazing, just amazing. We'll say one thing though, and this is more on the game end of things, but right now with all the new heroes being thrown in, I mean, a lot of people are playing them. I don't know how much this is a case of new heroes just being a thing and people wanting to play those heroes more than anything else, which is fair enough. I don't blame anyone for doing this. But I'm finding a lot of comp issues in my games at the moment. I think from what I've read and what I've seen, I think a lot of people are running into this as well, where you're in games where you're having 4 or 5 carries on one team and then support, and then you're going up against a team that has 2 bruisers, 1 support, 2 carries, and 1 pick hero. It's like, oh my god, okay, we just lost. We just lost a comp issue. I didn't really mind it at first. I thought this is fine, it's alpha, it's chill, it's like not a big deal. Like this is gonna happen. I am losing more and more games and seeing people lose more and more games just off the back of compositional issues. I don't know if it's just because Valve hasn't figured out like where the new heroes lie yet or what role they should be in, because I remember before they added a patch where it was a case of we'll always try and ensure you have at least one frontliner on your team or at least one sort of supportive hero. But that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. And I'm not calling for draft yet.
So yeah.
I'm not calling for draft yet, but I'm getting close. Even just all pick though. I think all pick's fine.
I mean, I'm honestly wondering if the longer it goes on, though, maybe that's just not how they want it to work. Maybe they don't ever want draft, and this is kind of how it's going to be, where they'll just focus on that game director style system, at least just for public matchmaking generally.
Yeah,
and just make it be, They
got to figure it out, though. They got to figure it out sooner rather than later.
Bare skewed, because if you think about the amount of people that will come in, they'll probably throw in like top 3 picks anyway. They've got like Hayes on there, whatever else. So they just know no one's going to get those games, or they will. But for the most part, they're just going to get given new heroes. So they're quite lenient, where if you have 2 of the new heroes high priority and then like the 3 regular heroes, whatever, that are going to be picked to loads, you're going to get pretty much every game just one of the new heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And out of the 6 of them, I don't think that there's enough diversity that they cover all of the gaps for the heroes you're leaving behind in regular picks. So I think it just makes it way, way harder. Like if you had a game with not at least like 4 new heroes in every game.
I played against the jackpot. I played against all 6 new heroes in one match. We lost hard.
Were they all on the enemy team?
They were all on the enemy team. I had a jackpot game. It was crazy.
That seems silly. That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, we just lost. It was tough. But yeah, I think they do need to think about adding something like that in soon, though. I mean, they could go into that style, like you say, where the game just picks for you. But they would have to. I personally think they need to look at that going into the next few weeks at least, because it is ruining a lot of the match quality, I'd say, right now. Especially all the new people coming into the game. I also think that whichever demon decided to put on Reddit, pick Hayes, Seven, and Infernus, and then 2 of the new heroes, you'll get them every time. That person is giving out forbidden knowledge right now, by the way.
Oh, God. It's just...
You're throwing things at me.
That one feels like common sense. Not my microphone filter off.
It was common sense to the 13,000 people playing the game. It was not common sense to the 60,000 playing it now, who are now all using that. That's the only problem I found with it. It's a case of it has I think that maybe matchmaking isn't broken. It is just the case that people are trying to get the new heroes all the time.
Yeah. Dude,
And that's causing an issue.
That's all it will be. You know, everyone's rushing to play the new guys. That's how that's going to work, and it's going to throw it off and kind of probably make it weird. Which it's also probably why it was smart to stagger releasing them one by one, even just a couple days. Probably could have got away with like even an extra bit.
Oh, they could have done 4 days, I reckon.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And like really milked it. But they wanted everyone to get new heroes quick and make it feel like it's tangible, I guess, which is cool. Because then it was like, oh, you've got to get the events in today. Boom. Okay, who do we get now? Like a little fun release window.
Yeah, they did pull a Silk Song. They pulled a Silk Song on us 100%. Where they could have easily done a week between the heroes, I reckon.
Every week that also
every week they could have released a hero, but they pulled a Silk Song and it was like they come in, they're like, is 20 quid for our game, or every 2 days you're gonna get a new hero. We're not staggering them at all here. We don't want them all to come out at once because that would be hell. But at least you can only have 2 days, and that must have been really rough for Valve as well, because you're essentially getting, you're not getting the 2 days, are you really? Because you have 1 day to collect the data, and then you have that one additional day to be like, well, now you need to think about hot fixes, because what's broken and what's not. So they didn't give themselves a lot of time, and it was very generous for them to release all those heroes so quickly. But yeah, fantastic. Love Valve for that. Do you know what I really do hope though? Is that next month, I hope it's a big month for them. You know, I hope that Halloween for Deadlock is their big event. I hope that's the out of all the events of the year, I hope Halloween is the biggest, because obviously it ties so well into all of Deadlock's theming.
Well, yeah,
we did really have a great one last year.
Yeah, that was our first like big shake up. You know, we got we had the masks, you had the re-theme, like Halloween things. It all kind of came in. Then we got Christmas.
Christmas was the real one, but the last year's Halloween was not fake. It was like more like here's something,
like, update for what it was. Like it was dope, you know. Like we got a lot of stuff in that update. It actually was like sleeper OP update.
Yeah,
that for me was a major update in itself, because it was like, okay, we're establishing we're going to be doing this yearly, you know, like that's awesome. But yeah, then Christmas, obviously it was just you can have a skin, but I think that you maybe went a bit too far with some people. They were like, I'm going to get it forever, that's mine, I'm going to be able to be Cookie Dough 7 forever. And then when it went away, they were like,
negative.
Oh. You know,
yeah, they're a bit sad about it.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's good, even if they just do it that way, where it comes back each year. You get the different masks. I thought that was a fun little, like, you know, they're all cosplaying each other.
Yeah,
kind of fun. But you can add more to it. I hope.
Yeah, I hope they go one step further.
Events. Yeah, like the Dota style ones where it'd be like tower defense. I think would work so well. Little missions, you throw those in. You know.
Hey, I mean, Overwatch been using the same damn Halloween event for the past like 10 years because it was so crazy good when it originally came out. But yeah, I mean, if you do one little tiny event well once, boom, you're set. You're set.
That little like Junkrat, evil doctor.
Yeah.
He's got like robots.
Dr. Junkenstein. I think that was what I'm actually ashamed that I remember that.
I remember we were at Blizzard and they were working on that.
Oh, really? That's cool.
They didn't mean to bring us into the room, and then they were working on that Halloween update, and they were like, "Right, well, you've seen it.
Here's the contract.
Do not say anything. You're under NDA." And it was like, "Yeah, fair enough."
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to look at the PC screen. Apologize.
I was just like, "What's this in front of me?" Didn't even realize. Like, why is it all like horror themed?
Yeah, it's all grayscale.
Yeah,
what's happening?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. Get out.
Look at me. Look at me in the eyes.
Ignore the new Diablo. Close your eyes. Get out. This was years ago, of course.
Damn, they were working on Diablo 4 back then. That's wild.
I think so, yeah. The room was closed off. They wouldn't let us in. We had to go round. But obviously, they just forgot to tell this one dev who was testing the Halloween update. And he's like, oh,
silly.
Seen. Yeah. All in the past.
Yeah. Anyway, I think you're totally right. Where I hope there's an event for it. On top,
yeah,
well, not like obviously there's going to be an event, but I hope there's like a game mode. Like a fun game. I think Deadlock needs that as well. It needs like something a little fun.
Throw in a little random one.
It's so compy. It's so compy. It's the game right now. It's like I think, respect to SQC, okay. Obviously, I don't like that he came in and he said my game was bad. I didn't like that. But in a sense, when he was playing it and he was saying he felt very overwhelmed, it felt like a full-time job playing it, I could totally understand. I could see it from his perspective, because there is so much going on in that game, and there's still, I still think that's potentially a little bit of an issue. I don't know if it's, I think I was watching Defy's take on it as well, and I think he had a good point where he's saying that, you know, the tutorialization of the game is just not there. It really isn't. Like, the tutorials in game right now show one of the oldest versions of the bases in the game, which is insane to me. There's none of the new lighting, none of the new map updates in there. I think that it's just not a priority to them right now. It really isn't. If you want to enjoy the game, you can enjoy the game, take the time to learn it. And I don't think it is one of those streamer tourist games unless you've got like someone to guide you through.
Well, it's just more. I don't think Deadlock needs to be so stressful. You know, like you. I think it's just at the end of the day, a lot of people self-impose the need to like the ranks because artificially it makes you think, oh, I've got to climb. You get some rough games. You expect you're going to be sick. You go into it with like X, Y, Z. I think Deadlock is a game where it's like you just kind of got to enjoy the setting, enjoy the overall idea, give it a go. Maybe you suck at MOBA for the first like 100 games. I don't even think that matters. I think that's the beauty of it, where it very much is like kind of a CS or a Dota, where you just play. But because everyone has very short-term perspectives on it, where it's like, I want to stream, or I want to be the best, I'm going to be #1 champion, man. Even if you're just playing matchmaking, I think it sucks the fun out of it a bit, and people get too overwhelming. But it is obviously a game where there is so much to learn. The knowledge is kind of passed on through like little secret meetings or scribblings. You know, you've got to find the right YouTube video or understand it, or play with the right guy that plays whoever a lot and goes, oh, by the way, you can do this with this hero. But I think that's how Deadlock's supposed to be enjoyed. It's just obviously gaming's very different now. It's like, boom, got to get in there, got to be top rank. I'm going to be Eternus 7. I'm going to clear everyone. I'm going to blow them all out the water. #1, EU, NA. But I don't think it needs to be. I think it's inherently a very fun game. I actually think that's why if they added any kind of PvE element where you could just have a little co-op-y with your friends as well, outside of just playing like core Deadlock, that'd probably be huge, because people would love this game if it also could just be less stressful, and maybe there's just bots, because there's so many people that just play only versus bots because they love Deadlock, but they're like, oh man, I can't be handling 11 people hating me if it goes wrong.
I mean, that's why ARAMs was so good though for League of Legends, is that like when they released that, it was less of the game mode was crazy good, because it wasn't the most insane innovation in the entire world. It was fun. But I think the reason it was so successful is because League of Legends is inherently in the same range as Deadlock, where it's a stressful game, where you could still continue playing the game that you love so much. You love the lore, you love the characters, but like you say, in a way less stressful setting. So you'd play a couple of games of MM and be like, I'm getting absolutely trounced today. I'm going to play ARAM for a bit. And I still get to play League of Legends because I love League of Legends, but but I can still play the game I love, but just have fun doing it, and there's no consequences, and there's only rewards for doing it. And I think that you're right. I think Deadlock needs something like that, or something similar at least.
I think that'd be cool. It just adds another element where it could be fun, because also then you can learn the game in a very low stakes environment. Where
that's a great way of putting it.
Need to be as aggro, you know. It doesn't matter. Like, you've not lost half an hour. No one should be upset. Because that's kind of what makes it worse. Is I think obviously Deadlock is fun if you can play with friends, but because of the matchmaking system and trying to get people of equal skill levels, or like if they've been playing for a year and a half and you've just got into it, there's a lot of like weird clickiness to it where it makes it a bit harder. But if you could just have a queue where it was, I don't know, you're just playing against really intelligent bots, and maybe you've got to stop them stealing gold from the bank.
My teammates.
Yeah, there you go. We'll draft them in, but AI based on that. All the recent Drifter gameplay will be uploaded. But that's what I mean. But you just do something that teaches you, like, you kill these waves and then buy items to kill the bigger waves. And then you'd be like, oh, okay, cool. I see what the items are doing now. I'm getting like different things. You know, maybe one mini game is just based around surviving like damage from creeps that like walk at you, and you're the tower. So you buy different healing items to be able to sustain it, or you buy spirit items for a different test.
Yeah.
Things like that that just make it like really categorized and simple, where you're not really playing the game, but it's just explaining like, look, if you buy that, look what that did. Look at that. You know,
That was
and you're
cool,
like,
wasn't it?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Or one's like time trial. Time trial, you have to clear all the jungle camps, and it has a little trail and big arrows, and it points at all the jungle camps. And you just do that with your friends. It's like, let's see how quick we can clear the entire jungle. You know, and you get little medals for how quick you do it. It would teach people the game and also just be extra little content.
It's needed. It is needed. Something along those lines, at least. Even if it's just like, even where it's just like 6v6, but just like you say, in a low stakes environment, something like that. Or there's so much they can do with it, so much they could program in, because Source 2 is just that flexible essentially at this point, which is nice. But we'll see what they do with it in future. Again, I'm excited for next month Halloween update. It's really cool. This update has been awesome. We've both been a little bit busy. Me moving house, you've been in Gamescom, which has been fun. For the whole family. It's been very stressful. But yeah, now we're back at it again. But yeah, this update was crazy. I'm excited to see what the next one has in store for us.
No, it was sick. It was really, really good. I think they've nailed it. Like overall, everything just feels way better. It looks really pretty. There's so much like just a stupid level of like extra polish that went in. I think everything feels really tight as well. It looks good. I was going back to the animations for a sec as well. Billy's reload is very cool. They did a good job with that. Have you read into his lore for his gun as well? Have you seen about Biquette?
Yeah, well, there was a certain social media channel that managed to AI generate the entirety of the lore from that. So I had the pleasure of going through that and annoyingly reading it. And then I just went to go do my own research instead.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah, but if you Google it and look into it, it's very cool. Obviously, it was like basically an internet meme from the early days, like 2012. This goat's popping up at different punk concerts.
Yeah, no, he's cool. I actually did my own research. I got so upset with the AI generated summary that I was just like, I'm going to go look at this myself, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would not advise that. But yeah, it's cool. It's like a lot of fun references and Easter eggs there. I like the graffiti on the gun as well. His gun does look very much kind of 40k-esque though. Feels a bit like a heavy bolter. Looks weird.
It does, yeah. It doesn't have the same oomph to it,
right?
Obviously, but it does have that same vibe to it.
That feeling, like the shape of it. It reminds me of a heavy bolter. It kind of looks that way.
No, they nailed it with the guns this patch. They did nail it with the guns. I think even Mina having like, Mina has like little interesting animations that work around it. I mean, when you proc Love Bites, the little passive generation, the amount of bats she gets, it flows into the gun afterwards. Like, just the tiny things that just make Valve so good at what they do.
Oh no, they did a great job with that. Like even just the model, the way it looks, like up close, the gun looks sick. They've done a really cool job with it. Geist's new gun is a controversial one. I think I've seen mixed rhetoric on it. I don't know how I feel about it. It still feels a bit big. It feels quite long. I kind of like the snub nose revolver. I don't hate it. I don't know, man. It kind of looks a bit goofy.
When I'm using it, I sort of expected it to wobble a bit. You know, like it
looks a bit rubbery.
Like a bend on it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the schlong. It's not great.
Huge gun. Yeah,
she's got a huge gun on her. That character.
It's crazy. But yeah, maybe that one will get changed a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what you'd replace it with. Maybe just a slightly more.
I don't know. I think the snub. I think the snub nose was cool. I think that kind of made sense for her as well. It's like a high class lady. She pulls out the little handbag. You know,
she had it in the handbag, like bam, bam,
yeah,
bam.
Yeah.
And it felt like a deagle.
Call an ambulance.
I like the way the gun sort of.
But not for me.
Oh, exactly. Like hit with a Mozambique technique instantly. You've been geisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that one can change a little bit. I wouldn't mind that. I think
get rid of the rubber gun.
Cool.
Yeah, get rid of the rubber gun. We didn't like that.
It's a bit odd. Page's book is fun. I do like how they've done that. I saw an interesting one with that as well, where obviously people were saying it'd be fun if the different visual effects for active items were able to affect all of the bullet types. So it would be like different pages that would fire out. So if she had like split shot, it visually looked different, you know?
Oh, like
Laura
her.
Nixon.
Yeah, she's like orangey
Yeah, so you
vibe to
can
it. Yeah.
you see like the book change, maybe the shape or just the coloring or something. I think there is one.
You are having a nightmare.
I'm knocking everything over. I think there is one item that affects it right now, if I'm not mistaken. It's like silence or something slightly changes the way it looks, and it looks kind of like more blue and a bit different. But that would be cool. I think that would be fun. But they've already done a lot with her for details.
I mean, yeah, actually, let me pull up the game really quick, because when you have healing tempo on you, you obviously usually get the little circular,
the circular green effect. Yeah.
Well, you get the circular green effect, but you also get like a little circular orange holographic effect on the end of your weapon, usually.
Yes. Yeah, like the buff icon.
I wonder what that does to a book. I'm just gonna test. I test whilst we podcast.
I think the back of the stack of books is kind of where it interprets the barrel to be. So it'd probably just appear there on like the open spine of
healing tempo, healing nova. Oh, it's just in the middle.
Yeah,
that's all that happens. Just on the book.
That's what I mean. Because I think it probably just thinks that's where the barrel is, like the end source of the gun where it starts.
You know, I've never noticed is the little bookmark. That's quite detailed.
There's so much. Like the model actually got so much. Even the reload animation, like the dash, the heavy melee, is super cool. Feels like they really clicked
and
with
legend
with the different abilities on that one. Even the ability like spell, the way the visual effects look as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. Like the sword and the stone, the way that animates. You can see her pull it out of the book whilst it goes off in real time.
It's so cool. Yeah, she's got some mega design. I mean, even a barrier looks amazing. They had no right to go so hard, but they did.
Oh yeah, they nailed it. It's cool seeing a lot more of the like magical stuff coming into it and things like that as well. I think that is fun. That'll be like a big part of the universe, I reckon. They didn't only make it look better though, Blank. That's actually a good thing. They've also made it sound ridiculously better. The new music is crazy. Actually,
yes,
that's such a big point that's easy to overlook because I've already got used to just like bump into it when you just queue in for games.
Yeah, it's
but
amazing.
They nailed that hands down, like unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that the first time I opened it, I almost shed a tear. I think I did. Look at one little tear came out. I was like, this is amazing. I got a bit emotional about it because it was just insane to me, like how far the game had come over a year's time.
Yeah.
Just been able to be part of the playtest, just getting to play it, and then seeing these major updates come through. It's so cool. That was amazing. I mean, I listened to the whole thing as well, and it really, I think actually it gets better towards the end of that music on the main menu theme. But not only that, there's even start match and found match themes, stuff like it's so cool. Really, really interesting to see.
Oh yeah. They just went off. Like they literally just went off. Like the mix of different genres, using the old theme, tying it all back in. Like it's such a good like rap beat, but also kind of its own genre, ties into it all. It's all just so good. It feels so much more alive as well, like with the different music. They also, a lot of the new patron voice lines for the new heroes remind me way more of the old patron voice lines when it was all a bit creepier and weird. Do you remember before it kind of changed where it felt like the patrons became far more we are MOBA voice lines? Like it was a lot more sort of just telling you what's going on in the game. I feel like a lot of the voice lines again now, it's very flavory and lore and weird and creepy. Like the I think it's the Amber Hand one for Mina where she's just going Mina. And it goes on for so long. Like they're good. It's fun.
Yeah, more of that, please. There's some interesting stuff. There's definitely some interesting. I think that's what they should lean into. Because I think that's what players love about this game. It's just all this weird and wacky, wonderful nature. It's sort of why I fell in love with what's it called? Expedition 33, where you don't. I know spoilers, by the way, guys. If you've not played the game, you should do if you haven't. But there's a lot in that game where it's a case of you're not quite certain what's going on half the time, and you're trying to piece things together bit by bit. But the general lore is so interesting that you don't really care anyway. So you're happy just to think about, what could this be? What could that be? And I think that's what they should absolutely, like you say, lean into that with Deadlock, where it's a case of it is meant to be creepy. It is meant to be a little bit eccentric, and you're not always meant to know what's going on. But you're piecing little bits and pieces here together. And I'm certain there'll be like tons of lore videos in the future that we'll get to enjoy.
Yeah. I feel like there'll be loads of that kind of stuff. There's already way more already, even just with the newspapers and stuff like that, where we're finally getting like, deadlock only assets. So you can kind of read and be like, oh, all right, what's going on here? Cheese is afoot being stolen.
Yeah.
What kind of rat fellas skulking around doing that?
I think Rat Fella after that was absolutely hinted at big time.
I think so. I think that's Rat Fella's coming. I think that's almost the full confirmation there.
Yeah.
I almost half expected Rat Fella to be the additional 7th hero.
That's what I thought.
Up.
Yeah. He's been worked on in secret, and then he's going to be brought in. But no,
he's going to drop him out of nowhere. Although I will say, with the new mid-boss retheme, with the mosaics and all of the alligators, details, yeah, I think that's where we're going. I don't think we're getting Hive-Rhine like Rat anymore. Rat King, I think, is dead. I think it's going to be sewer gators, like cursed sewer gators. That's the way we're going.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work. Is it going to be like multiple? Is it going to be one big one? King Croc down the middle? I don't know.
There's multiple rejuves. So maybe you have to take down 3 Crocs and then the rejuve will spawn. But you got to handle these Crocs. It's like a freeway fight. Rather than it being one big target, it's training your macro of fighting 3 little Crocs. Maybe medium to large size Crocs.
Absolutely mad. I don't know. Maybe. I think I would hate fighting 3 things at the same time whilst the enemy team was trying to battle me. Already a bit messy as it is with these with a new rejuve, but I'd like one big Croc. One big Croc would be cool. 3 Crocs in one would be nice.
We've just got an email from the BBC Animal team here.
Have they?
They're saying we need to clarify that it's not croc. We at no point meant to say the word croc or crocodile adjacent verbiage. We only meant to say alligator, aka the New York City alligators. Popular myth due to people flushing alligators down the toilets at a young age that would then develop inside of the sewers that are also popular in media from around the time of the early 90s to the late 2000s. Gators, all caps. That's from the BBC. So we apologize here at Dead Air for ever referencing crocodiles. We meant to say alligators.
There could be Crocs. It's a cursed world. Maybe they got
alligators
cursed.
Only. Don't upset the BBC.
I'm upset the BBC.
Alligators only.
I'll do that all the time. I'm all for that.
Here in Deadlock. You could have a 3-headed alligator. That could be fun. I would also, if we're getting an alligator, let's have Florida Man as a Deadlock hero. He comes in and his ultimate he wrangles the alligator at mid-boss. And he's like, have that. And that intimidates him. And he drops a single rejuve.
That could be just one. That's
just one. Falls off, yeah. So you can cast that. It's like long cooldown.
The big alligator. Crocodile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, alligator only.
That would be his ult. He doesn't die, but he just gets rejuve off it. That's cool.
See, it's
pretty fucking strong ult.
Yeah, it would be. Well, Victor
can't really use it until level 10, minute 10. But yeah,
Victor's just resin all the time anyway.
Yeah, man. Victor is pretty broken at the moment.
Jump starts too much. I think tone that down.
I mean,
stop letting him have all these reducers.
I know where they were coming from on that, because his whole kit centers around healing yourself, but also dealing a lot of damage. If you get anti-healed, it's kind of game over, right? If You are Victor.
Yeah.
So he sort of needed something like that, but again, it's pretty. I think like max two recharges on that thing. Having 3 is just madness.
I mean, again, this is also coming from me where I'm sweeping in through my door. You're banished. You know, like, have that. I'm gonna send you there just as you die. I mean, now you get no stun and you come back with low health. Have that. Or you're gonna come back. I've set up 4 elaborate doors. I've sent you to 2 different video games, and now you're in my spawn. Have a bell. You dead.
Dorman's got his own set of problems as well. Unfortunately,
it's fun though. I do wish. You know what's weird? I'm actively trying to focus more on my door-based gameplay. I feel like, you know, a lot of door people out there, they need to make the most of these doors, and it's hard. I've deciphered it down to one reason. I feel like it's a bit too clunky in the speed of fight to be able to get them to connect on the services you want.
You got a pre-door. It's the only way.
Yeah, but you can't always pre-door. Sometimes you need to quick door. Like, sometimes you got to, because that's slick and that's fun. Imagine if it was just like the portal gun. You just blap. I blapped it at the wall. It's given me a portal. I'm through.
Yeah, I think pre-dooring is the meta, unfortunately. Like,
yeah, but you can pre-door for setups or for things or for like connecting your abilities, but for getaway or incentives, like if you're like,
hey, getaways pre-doors. You got getaways pre-doors. You go to Walker, you pre-door beforehand, then you just.
He's so fluid. Why do I have to pre-door? I shouldn't have to pre-build. If I'm having to pre-build, that's silly. I think like it just feels a bit clunky. It feels like the old Wraith TP where it would get stuck on things. That's the issue.
I think that
you could make it smoother and it wouldn't be an issue.
You're not wrong in the sense that, like, in terms of surface placing, it's kind of awkward. Yeah, I think you do want to pre-door quite a lot anyway, but in terms of surface placing, I definitely agree with you. Like, there are some areas where I'm like, this is just not, it's not attaching.
No debate about pre-placing doors. You want to be using his cart, you want to be using his bells, pre-place those doors. But for a quick turn of events where I'm being charged at by an Abrams out of nowhere.
Oh, you should have pre-doored.
I got to move. Suddenly, I'm throwing a door miles up in the sky and right by me. I've dashed through. I've closed the door. I'm in the air. But sometimes you go to do that, and then it's like, oh, I'm not going to place. I'm not going to place. I'm not going to place. I can go here, and it places itself up on the wall really high, and you're like, no.
I can't go for it.
You see, you can't pre-door every situation. You don't have enough door radius.
There's quite a lot you could do, I would say, with the pre-door.
This is ridiculous.
I'm just telling you how it is. But I agree with the door placement sucks.
You should have known that you're going to be charged by 6 people and pre-had your door for the getaway. What if I've used the door for the engagement? Then it's on door down.
You're crazy.
Door. This is what I'm saying. It could be more fluid. This argument of pre-placing doors the entire time makes no sense.
I think you're wrong.
Fluid.
I think you're wrong.
Runs in, he's quick, super agile. Look at him go.
I mean, I don't know, bro.
You can't pre-door every situation. That's physically not possible.
I don't know what to tell you.
And then you're not reacting. You're not reacting in the moment. Look at you. You're stagnant. You're placing pre-doors. You're hoping for the fight to go around your doors. I'm reactive. My doors are in the moment. They're ebbing. They're flowing.
Do you know what I am? I'm preemptive. That's what I am. Okay. I'm the Chad preemptor. You're the weak beta reactor.
I'm door fella, mate. I'm quick. All right? I place my doors. I'm in. I'm out. I've made a move. I've come in. I've thrown you back through my door. I'm gone. Like, you don't know where I am. If I'm pre-placing doors, they're going to see. They're going to go, would I know where that door is?
I've placed it somewhere you'd never find it.
No, they've seen it. They've looked through. I look through a door. I know where that door's going. I'm not going through.
Oh, I haven't placed it down. You place down one door, and the CD doesn't start until you place the next door. So you can just wander around with the door.
That doesn't help me if I'm trying to make a quick verticality play, and then it just TPs me back. Maybe I don't want to go back.
Hey, if you want a verticality play, you cancel the door placement, right? With 2, and then you alt click, and then you can place a door up high, and you can clamber on the door to get higher. That's a little bit of tech for you right there.
Yeah, but this is even going to save me in this hypothetical situation where I've been charged by the Abrams, but also want to make sure I can grab gun buff on the bridge. I need that door to be seamless. And when it's not seamless, that's a problem.
It seems like a you problem here. I'm not going to lie.
It's because you're sat there with your little timer buff mods going, oh, I need to pre-place my doors to get away. Luckily, my mod for my HUD that's told me Abrams is shoulder charging has alerted me of his presence.
I don't have
You've
it.
already gone through your door. I know what
Like
you're
I said, it's exclusive demov mod.
I've seen you, mate. I've seen you.
I don't have any of this.
Cheater. He's pre-placing doors.
What's
he's
this?
He's got timers.
You can't handle it. You just go straight to the cheating accusations. That's crazy. Can't do that.
We'll see when Valve make it so that you can place the doors anywhere, and they just shoot out of my door gun.
Do it. You should advocate for this. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
Despicable scenes.
Yeah.
You go find your lineups for your Stalker's Mark, mate. That's what you need. If that was me, I'd place a door. I'd be there. I've already walked through.
I found a couple. Actually, someone replied to me and they'd found loads from mid, which I'd only found a couple. And these ones from mid were insane. They were like going to the entire other side of the map. I can't remember who it was. I need to find them. Give them a little shout out. But it was crazy.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, it was. They were like going from mid all the way to sideline. Like mine did like probably 3/4 of the way, and they were a little bit finicky. But his were crazy good. I was glad. I kind of just wanted to start a discourse, and that's what happened. It was good.
No, they are like that is actually useful. It is a very good ability. That's what I mean, and that's sick because it's seamless. Like if you can line up the skill shot, you can make it work. You freak people out with it so much. I think that's the more fun thing.
Yeah,
I had Kelvin, so it's like you'd stalkers mark them. I'm not even intending on going there, but they don't know, and then it's like, oh, throw down the dome. The immediate panic. He sat in the dome. You're
silly
just
Billy.
Miles away farming, just seeing the ult go down.
My favorite thing is I think everyone have watched Leffer as well as who else played it? It was Demov, maybe? Play Drifter on the day. And they're all playing Lightbringer's build, which is like the detonator build. It's like pseudo spirit gun. And it builds spirit snatch there. The idea is like you Stalker's Mark in and you instantly light melee from behind. And it goes up, you get the spirit snatch immediately into his one. And it's just a massive shred. Like it's huge damage of amplification on top of like cold front. And I think everyone been watching those streams beforehand because I was having these games where I was playing Gun Drift. I was playing Vegas. I quite like it. And you'd Stalker's Mark in, and they would just instantly parry. Everyone I did this to instantly parry.
Okay, I see what you're
I know it's like, oh, everyone's just reading too much into this. Like they've all thought this is what's going to happen to all drifters, and I would just get so many free fights off the back of that. It was insane.
Yeah. You TP in, you're already holding your auto attack. So I'm just mouse one-in, you know.
I'm not meleeing you. I'm not meleeing you here. This is crazy.
The melee actually is ironically, it's one of those where you just overlook it. I'm just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't want these melee items. I don't want this melee scaling. I'm going to build gun items. I'm going to run at you. I am Hayes. I am just homeless Hayes. That's my role. I turn up to every fight. It's good.
Yeah, he's one of the few characters that actually can 1v1 a Hayes as well, which it doesn't happen very often. But it's cool.
I did have the horrific scene though of both of them, one lane, and then they both just got fed. That was
really
sad. Yeah, that's
Drifter
sad.
and Hayes.
They've both nibbled the whole jungle, but starting in the same lane. That you know what I mean. Like he's building up his passive. You're just getting rinsed. Oh, it's rough.
That's a nightmare. I think that's the. You know what? I think one thing that I haven't liked as much is sort of, I don't know. I think this comes back to me caring maybe too much about rank a little bit, but it's more a sense of just watching Hazes, Wraiths, Drifters, Sevens, Infernuses. Essentially, all those characters, they're playing a completely different game to you. And
you have to farm.
And fair enough. It's like, it's just farm. Like they spent 20 to 30 minutes in that game just farming. They come out, they're 45k. And I just find it's like, those players, they either win because they're far enough ahead and they can carry, or they lose because their team's too far behind. And they've spent 30 minutes waiting. They've basically spent 30 minutes waiting to come into a game that starts at that 30-minute mark for them. And either that game's a good game or a bad game. That's it. And more often than not, though, it's a good game for them because they can bring it back.
I start playing a little battle royale for them. I think.
Yeah, it is. That's a good way of
You
putting
get
it.
looted, you're ready, then you play. That's when their game begins. And like you say, you normally do get rewarded for it because you're like mad fed. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, I haven't given them any souls. I'm just going to go in. Everyone's dead. Yeah. I think you have to challenge yourself a little bit to try and do it in a balanced way. Well, that's kind of the fun thing with playing Drifter for it, at least. You can, you can do your boxes, you can do the wave, you can do a sinners, you can do the wave, you can do a jungle camp, you can go to a fight. It feels like you're supposed to be quite proactive with him and
Yeah, I
just
like that.
throw your T
Yeah.
out, dash in, take the jungle camp, next wave. There's a fight going on at yellow, mad dash over there. You want to be involved where at least it's like you're going to get bonus damage forever. Just turn up, At some point, there'll only be an isolated hero, quote unquote. Like, go for it. So I think it does encourage them to fight more. So your drifter turns up a little bit more than your haze in most games. But I think Seven's the worst advocate for it right now. Where Seven is just he's it's not changed, is it? He's just like the king of farm. He's turning up, he's balling in camps, he's had all the farm. Now out of nowhere, he's a shredded Jer. I think that one's kind of lame. Focus lens haze also. That's a stereotype of like, oh, there you are. You've you've bought focus lens and shot.
It's an annoying one. I mean, I think focus lens haze is a frustrating one for a lot of people. I think it's worse when you don't have flex slots to deal with it. But she's bought
starved out.
Yeah, she's bought like a 6.4k requiring like your entire team to buy a 3.2k, which is not the worst in the world because debuff remover is a good item anyway. But it's still frustrating because I think half your team, in fact, probably 70% of your team is never going to build debuff remover versus focus lens. Yeah. So those hazes just live high on life knowing that
because it's such a crutch.
You're inting yourself.
Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're just getting away with it because it's just. You should be able to pop off still. If you're a fed haze, like there's better items. Like you wouldn't need it. But obviously it is just mad infuriating as well. It's like, oh, haze pops out of nowhere. Focus lens, you melted. Deal with that. Like that's kind of rough.
Exactly. Focus lens is just a case of if you don't build against it, it's GG and the haze just gonna live a great life. I think it reinforces bad habits as well. Where she doesn't really have to select targets. I think they cross a threshold and it's like, oh, someone starts building debuff remover and then they just get held out the entire game. It's a tough one. There's definitely some builds like that out there. I mean,
but it's causing more versatility at least, where it's like you are either playing Drifter or Haze now for those people, which is kind of switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, and there's more options. I mean, I think the Billy's like another type of Abrams. I think he actually does pretty well. I think when you're looking even at like the esports scene at the moment, like there's a lot of Billies currently playing. I mean, Listic's been really enjoying it. I've been seeing Zergy been playing a lot of Billy. I think he had one of the highest win rates as well over the past like 2 weeks, which is super cool.
If you're like fed on him, he kind of clears Abrams right now for me. Like he's a pain. He can be just so sustainable. Like he just lives, and it's like okay.
Exactly. Well, I think that you're right. Actually, you're so right in the sense that Billy outscales Abrams, but Abrams provides way more space in the early to mid, and that's what's great about him. But if you can get Billy towards like that mid to late game, he just crushes. It's so hard to kill him.
When fed, especially, that's like it is problematic. It's very hard to lock in.
You can't build against him either. Like, because you can't build anti-heal because it's true healing on his blasted because you're getting bonus health. It's not recovered health. It's literally bonus health. It's just constantly stacking. Yeah, exactly. So it's nuts. It is nuts.
No, it is crazy. Like if you're really good with it as well, there's so much you can use like movement wise with his kit where it feels like you can get the drop on people. I think even a little bit more than Abrams, where like the movement tie-in from his kit, it's a bit more forgiving, where you can throw those abilities out, still get the max damage off from it, but use them to just be so hard to hit and like throw your hitbox off. So he's quite fun. He's like sleek Abrams, you know? It's like Cars 3. He's the quick car that's come in. It's Billy. He runs on fuel that's more ecological.
Nice.
Alcohol.
He's still sick.
Yeah,
alcohol.
Yeah. His broken bottles. Victor's just a bit of a pain. Like I can see why some people really like playing him, but Victor for me, I think is a bit more of a pain. I think weirdly enough, in the way that the heroes were unlocked, it's a pretty good order of like, all right, these are all kind of sick. And no hate to the Victor stands, but I just don't love his design as much. I feel like it's a little bit more, Oh, I'm pushing the lane. I'm using my bloody pain battery. I'm putting down my aura.
Well, I mean, for me, Victor, the frustrating for me thing about him is that he just doesn't really come online until like 20, I think it's like 30k souls. And you could be useful before that point, right? You can create a lot of space with your ult. You can go in. You can, if you got Resto Locket as well, you can definitely make it work. But pre that, but once you get access to Infuser, Arctic Blast, these types of items, as well as you hit like that magical threshold of, I think it's around about 50% spirit rares, maybe 60% with frenzy. You can just leave it on. But that's what so once you hit 30k to 40k and you get ahead, you can start just like 1v6 at that point easily. And I think that's the issue. It's just very boring up until that point where as a hero that's designed to be a drain tank, like you're not doing much tanking up until that late game. And by the time that you get to that late game, you're not really tanking for anyone either. You're just killing the entire team. Like, you're not creating space. You are just killing everyone.
Yeah, you're the damage. Like, you are just a cone of damage that can take unbelievable amounts of damage and out heal it somehow. Like, I think that's the bit where it gets annoying. Like, with a lot of popular builds for him, if he even gets slightly fed, then it just becomes a snowball of
absolutely
it's an annoying fight. It's not even a fun fight where it's like, I'm shooting him. He's just not losing any health. Like, nothing works. It was really rough.
I think the 20% max health heal on his one is actually the most egregious part of his kit. I think if they tone that down, I think it would actually be okay. I think even if they toned it down to 12.5 or 15%, I think 15% probably more likely because 12.5% is pretty harsh. But even if they did something like that, it would fix the kit. Because I think the rest is fine. I sort of like the debuff remover aspect. I quite like it, and you need to manage your stacks, manage your charges quite well. And what do you debuff remove, and what do you not? You can silence him to prevent him from using that ability, and that's a good way to deal with him, I find. But again, it is a case of being able to go when they're able to pop Infuser with 3 on, hit 1, and go from 400 HP to 2,100. That seems a bit wrong. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah. It's those moments when it's really annoying where you're in like execute threshold of like, oh, one shot, this Victor's dead. And then just suddenly all the HP is back. And it just feels so overbearing. It's like, oh, I literally can't do anything to stop you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that. Weird thing is as well, it's like shocking reanimation doesn't even seem that egregious. It just stalls it out.
Yeah, I think that's his best ability, design-wise, honestly. Yeah. Funnily enough. As much as it's annoying, it's great.
Gets done by it. It's like if you're aware of it, you just get out of the way. Like, it's fine. He's on.
But it creates space there. It's cool.
Yeah. But but that's what I mean. But that's not even a bad part of the kit. Weirdly, like that's actually kind of fine. As much as I do hate like comeback mechanics, like that works. It just feels like it's the other bits that make it more jarring. Where like, if he's gonna come back, at least let me kill him. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, he's coming back anyway.
Like, I want to fight him. I get that he's a drain tank, and that's cool. But like, if there's 5 guys focusing him, he should die. He should absolutely die.
Outliving everything.
There's been a fair few fights where it's been me versus 5 guys, and my team says, "Hey, do you need help? I'm pretty sure you're dead, but do you need help?" And then I'm still alive 10 seconds later, and I'm like, "You're still alive, and maybe we should help him." And then 20 seconds later, I'm still alive because I've popped Infuser, fighting 5 guys, and I am behind 10k. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it should never get to a case where my team's questioning whether they should help me or not, because they can't quite guesstimate my power level just from net worth.
But it is hard to know. It is really hard to know. Because I've had moments like that where you look on the minimap and it's like there's fed people diving your Victor. And you're like, well, this Victor probably is dead. Like, you're probably going to die. But then they win the fight. And you were like, well, that's really weird.
Maybe we should help them.
Like, what's happened there? I don't know. He's just he's a bit of a wall, isn't he?
Shiv 2.0.
It just exists. Yeah, but he doesn't really punch anyone. Like, that's
no.
Victor doesn't need to punch you.
Amazing punch animation as well. It doesn't do much punching. I mean, Spirit Snatch is good on him, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. You don't actually see that heavy melee much, but it is cool. That's actually one we forgot about. That's a fun animation for him. They did a good job with that. I like the
I
way he rips
was,
his arm off.
it'd be cool. I was thinking about this the other day. Is that it'd be cool, like his tattooed like arm, that rips off. It'd be cool if they add another character to the game that has all those tattoos and that skin color, and
like a missing arm,
and they're missing an arm. Yeah, because Victor's has it. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We'll see if they do that in the future.
Maybe tie it in someone else's arm.
There's also
like regrows arms.
Yeah, maybe. There's also, the fortune teller, the play desk, the play table. I guess like the fortune table, I guess.
The playroom, the drawing room, the drawing room,
the doodling area. They've got like a little, like starry eye, I suppose is the best way to put it. I think Victor, like, he has sort of that animation effect like on his hero profile as well. I wonder if like he took one of the eyes from the fortune teller when he was made.
Oh, maybe.
That's my little theory.
It was collective bits from different cadavers that have been put together.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder. It'll probably be curious to see what more they do with it. But it feels like you've got a lot of templates for like new lore, especially. There is so much room for different things with all the new characters. Like that will actually be kind of awesome. It just mad as well that I don't know. I remember us talking about this years ago now, which is funny. It's been that long, but when we were looking back on it, we're like, oh, I wonder if Deadlock will have a shallower hero pool, but more complexity in other ways over time, or if it will be like Dota and we'll end up with like hundreds of heroes eventually. But obviously, that still seemed like such a crazy idea. But then you leap forward now, and it's like we've got the Hero Labs wave of heroes. Now we get all these. Like Deadlock's getting way bigger, like 30 something heroes compared to like 16 is madness.
Yeah, so I think it's 29 now or something crazy like that. But it's a lot. It's a lot of heroes right now, and I imagine they're all going to add more. I think they probably, in my opinion, I think we won't see open beta until we have like 50 heroes. I reckon. I think that's a reasonable amount to go into. Again, open beta also, we haven't talked about this since the last podcast, but we did get confirmation from Yoshi where, not of open beta, sorry, I teased you there. But he basically said that we're taking it one step at a time. We'll bring it open beta when we think it's ready, but we're just working on the game for the time being. So open beta doesn't even seem like it's on the horizon right now. It's just, they're just working on it. I mean, they could easily call it open beta, but yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I think it's one of those where it's still easy enough though to just, you ask your buddy, like, can I get an invite? There's more people than ever playing, so you can get in pretty quickly. The turnaround time for new invites seems pretty fast. Like some people are getting them within the day as well. So it's
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not.
The only thing I thought was weird, and I might see if I can get in contact with someone about this, but I was experimenting the other day as a new player. How easy was it to get access to the Deadlock Discord? And it was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because you can't just create, like, you get one chance to make an invite to the Discord through that player feedback thing, which is not always easy to find. I think it was a little bit where it's now placed, it's a bit out of the way. And even then, once that Discord invite is expired, you can't give out a new one. So as a new player, if you've got no friends that play Deadlock, it is actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So I was wondering if we at Dead Air could try and figure out a way to get one of those permanent invites to the Discord, and figure out a way to distribute that at least so people will get in and ask for those invites. If you're a listener and you're not a player just yet, yeah, I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, there's permanent links to our Discord everywhere. It's in all the videos and stuff, so I'm sure people can find it.
No, I mean permanent to the actual Deadlock Discord.
Oh, you can't. It's like a one-time invite.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's quite. That's just saying it's a little bit difficult to get into it.
Yeah, but I think that's the idea. They're trying to do it so obviously it's like the person that's in there has a working Deadlock account. I think that's what it is. I've seen people that post in the forums about it, and like people go in and they sometimes repopulate the links and sort it out. But for the most part, it works. I think a lot of people just miss it because of where it is. It's always just been hidden on like the watch tab to get your forum info if you haven't got it set up yet. But yes, I suppose that's why it's just a little bit harder. I think a lot of people though that are getting into it at the minute probably aren't even thinking about the forums yet. They'll probably be more just testing it out because obviously it's all like looks super pretty and different.
Oh yeah,
But
I
yeah,
know. I'm just
the
saying,
whole
like,
way people.
if you saw the game, like for instance through a stream or something like that, and
Yeah.
you knew no one that played Deadlock, getting an invite actually was not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Well, yeah, you have to know people, or like we have in our Discord. There's the channel where people post and say like, "Oh, can I get an invite?" And usually people in our community like hook people up. But yeah, obviously it's one of those. But that's kind of the nature of those things, I guess, where it's like you just have to get an invite in, which makes it a bit more awkward. But one
Yeah.
day, I suppose, when they're ready, because it's just the minute they put it with the play button on Steam, it's like that's a kind of a big marketing move. So I guess you just hold on to that until you're ready, where you're like, right, yeah, now do it. Because Dota 2 was like that
Unleash.
for years. Like Dota 2 you had to get invites through friends for ages. And obviously it just became its own little thing where everyone had loads of Dota invites in their inventory on Steam.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I guess just so got to wait it out then. But I mean, again, if you don't invite yet, you are listening to this. First of all, you're crazy. You're 30. How many episodes? 32, 33?
32, yeah.
32 episodes in already, and you still not playing the game. But respect either way. But yeah, if you join the Discord, Dead Air Discord, I'm sure someone will hook you up, as Jacky says, with an invite.
Yeah, it's all there. It's doable. There's channels. There's people. I'm sure they probably already are in. I feel like if you've listened this far,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're in. Yeah. You're in.
It's fine. You're allowed. You can stay.
you're accepted. Cool, blimey, it's an hour 50. We're into this one. It's insane.
Yeah, it was a good episode. It's a good episode. We covered a lot of good topics. I think it's just one of those. There's a lot to talk about. A lot of things to be excited about with a new update. General consensus, they've just nailed it. Like, it's very fun. It looks super pretty. Everything's just good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any complaints, anything I'm upset about. Everything just feels fun. I think they've nailed it. Like, loving the way the game's going visually. Just keeps getting better. I think that's kind of the Deadlock experience. Way it's always been. It just gets better randomly.
It is crazy. I don't think they didn't really miss this patch. And yeah, sure, some heroes were really slightly broken, but I don't think anyone was released broken enough to cause problems. Maybe Drifter, but he got addressed pretty quickly, right? I think it was the next day patch came out, and I don't think he seems as strong anymore.
No, and people are just getting to grips with them. I think that's the other thing. It takes time, like, to kind of figure out the bell curve of all the new heroes, of where they rank with new players, and like some of the little subtle changes to the game. But yeah, all in all, I think it's really good. Like, it feels super fun to play. It's not as if it's one of those people like, oh, I miss the old patch. Like, easily just more fun in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they nailed this one. I can't wait to see what's next. And we'll still be along for the ride when it does drop. But in the meantime, thanks so much for watching another episode. Probably not watch it. We weren't on cams this time, but there should be some gameplay in the background. Or you're at the gym, as usual. You're always at the gym. We know you're working hard. Or you're on the way to work. In which case, good job. Keep it up. We're proud of you. Do your thing.
You're doing a good job. Get back out there. Keep winning those games, or don't. Either's fine. Whatever works for you. No pressure. Keep playing those bot games. But yeah, there you go. Another episode of the Dead Air podcast in the books. Go play the new update. It's fun. I think that's the better way to do it. Just play. Everything's really enjoyable right now. It's a great time to like Deadlock. The game just keeps letting on so much better, update after update. But we'll be back. Obviously, all the classic bits, they're always going on. So we'll see you soon with more content here. For now, though, bye-bye.